for your national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eagle Stadium for tonight's matchup between the RCB Bird Eagles and the Charleston Catholic Irish. My name is Gabe Rhodes.
I'm Stephen Kennedy.
And we are here to kick off this year's athletic contest for Robert C. Byrd High School. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a barn burner to start the year. This might be the toughest opponent RCB
two-time
faced.
defending state champ, Charleston Catholic boys soccer team. So, they are used to winning. The last time they lost was September 14th, 2021. So
don't rub it in, Steve.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
It's been a long time. They are a very talented squad.
Yep.
A very deep squad.
Yep.
I think they have an entire potential starting 11 just sitting on the bench waiting.
Yep.
But our boys look really good.
Yep, and it's both teams are having to deal with attrition. I was looking at the statistics. A lot of their top scorers were seniors last year, and it was the same thing for RCB. So both teams are going to have to try to replace that this year. With Thomas and Yanego both graduating for RCB. That's going to be the big thing this year is how do you replace that offensive production, because you're basically returning your midfield, and you've got Chandler Walls and Caden Min manning the center of that defense, who are multi-year starters. So you got some experience there. Right. The question is, can how do you replace all the goals from last year? Because that was like 80% of your goals were those two players. So you got to find a way to. But like I said, same thing with Charleston Catholic. They're going to have to do the same thing about the majority of their goals are gone from last year as well.
Well, and they're doing a lot of Charleston Catholic did a really interesting little warm-up thing just now.
Yeah.
It's good to see, Cade Min checking on his goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We got 4 captains for RCB.
Yeah.
We got a new striker, Jackson. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like the early pressure
It's
here.
there. Here comes the Irish. Carson Bennett was there, and he plays the long ball. Caden Min's going to try to cut it off, see if he can use his body to shield. Good job there, shielding. Keeping Mateo Lau, who is the leading returning scorer for Charleston Catholic from last year. I think he was the third scorer on the team last season, but leading returning scorer. So that's someone RCB definitely needs to keep an eye on today.
Right, and here, good first touch here for our new striker.
Yeah, here Dominguez. He's and here comes
student.
Yep, Jackson McCain tries to take it up there, earns a throw in here. Here comes Bradley Burnett, starting over at the fullback position today. A little bit of a giveaway. JL and Taylor. I'll tell you that 24, JL and Taylor, he's definitely a big target for Charleston Catholic. So that's something RCB is going to have to keep an eye on.
But it looks like Caden is going to man-mark him.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense because, I mean, he's probably the one guy with enough height because in the air, it would be hard for anyone else to kind of keep up with him because he's about a head taller than a lot of our players.
Well, and then, you know, that's that classic number 9 body.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that.
But this is going to be an interesting contest because both teams have good, or at least solid, sound technical ability.
Yep.
But that young man, he is strong.
Yep. As Caleb Roselius will get the throw in here as he starts at the left fullback position.
It's good to see Rosie get a start.
Yeah, yeah. He's played a lot. He's done a good job, and it's nice.
He's done a lot of work in the offseason.
Yep. Okay, and that goes to the long through ball. Just a little miscommunication there.
Of when to go.
When to go. Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes that happens, especially first game of the season. Good fight by Gabbert there to win that ball. Gets it to Corsini.
Thought there from Anthony Corsini. Saw what he wanted to do. Isaiah carried on his run, had a good little ball down the side, but it got cut out.
Yep. Good job there by Carson. Tries to feed it through, but it's taken by Charleston Catholic, and here they come the other way.
You know, it's interesting to see who, like in the change that we've had of people that left last year. You know, Chase Davis now a starter.
Yep.
Brad is a knocked on right back starter.
Yep. Taking over for Xavier Sennett, who started there. And, of course, Chandler moves in to take over for Chuck.
Right, and those are some big shoes.
Those are some big shoes to fill. I mean, you know, those are going to be – I mean, but Chandler, you know, like I said, he's been a multi-year starter on the outside. So he's the guy you would expect to be one who could step up and maybe go to the middle. I did the same thing. I was a fullback. And then, you know, my senior year, I moved to the center when our starting stopper graduated,
right.
DJ Casto. So,
DJ Casto.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting to see where this year goes. I like the communication here from Yahir, who, you know, setting up the pressure, setting up how they're going to defend. You know, they've got to work to get the ball back. I talked to some of the boys in the summer as we were playing some pickleball, and they talked about the thing they were worried about is scoring.
Yeah.
Like where are the goals coming from?
Yeah, and that's that. I mean, you got to think last year in the sectional finals, they lost 0-0 because of a penalty kick. So you know they didn't give up a goal, and yet they were knocked out that game. So you know that's where you got to find it. Yeah, so hopefully the defense can stay strong like that. Obviously, you'd like to be able to keep pitching shutouts in the postseason, but here comes a big opportunity.
And I mean that. Not a bad idea from Rosie.
Yeah.
Would have liked to see him put it forward, but he's center of the goal.
But center of the goal, you just gotta get out there. That's the right thing to do there.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised that that Turner there didn't take a shot because I mean it seemed like he had a good angle there instead of trying to feed it through the middle.
Well,
Charleston Catholic, but
it may be, we talked about it. Maybe this is where they have some strength, and they've got some tall kids.
Yep.
Jalen Turner, I wonder, he is definitely looking for the ball, and not a bad idea to go to the back post.
Just a little bit over people's head, but it stays in, but that will be off the upright.
Well, and the interesting thing is going to be, I'm interested to see this season what kind of changes in formation that they do. The other thing that some people talked about, or some kids talked about that I talked to, is just like they've worked a lot in the changes of formation and where people are. Because I'm interested to see I'm interested in seeing how far Anthony is playing forward.
Yep.
I would have expected him to sit a little bit more, but he's kind of in that outside attacking wing player position.
Yep.
So
Yep.
The years, it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Not a bad touch from
Bradley. Just couldn't quite get through, but nice move by the Bradley. And he's going to try to. Can McCain needs to Jackson just keeps on top. Good job by Jackson not letting the defender play it off of him and winning.
Here where they are, they have got to.
Gives it to you here.
Think a little bit more in terms of setup.
One thing there though is that there was 3 guys around you here. That's going to be a tough play for him to make. Maybe try to lay that back, or at least see if he can get more people to come into that zone to give him
Right.
some options. Because really, he had one option, and all the defenders from Charleston Catholic were standing around
Well,
him.
and that's you've got to throw-ins. You really want to move quickly.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Man, good cutout from the defender
Yep.
there.
Long ball here, Chandler. Oh, but here comes J. Allen Turner.
And it's going to take
Caden
Caden
Minn's going to try and good job by
Great.
Turner.
Hey.
By Caden Minn to push to keep Turner off balance, and Chrislip does a good job coming off his line to cut it off. That was a.
That's a senior defender and a more experienced goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Now can
You're
here get some control, and the good
gets
idea
it over
now.
to Corsini.
Anthony.
Corsini.
Get
Nice
in the
move by
box.
Corsini. It's got McCain on a
You
drop.
got to get that ball out a little quicker.
Yeah.
On a
Nice
Aaron
try
touch
there. Nice
there by
try.
McCain.
Good job by Isaiah Gabbert there to win it.
I think Isaiah Gabbert is going to, if we were going to pick a most important
Yeah.
player this season,
Yeah.
I think he is going to be more critical than people realize. Oh, no.
Oh, looks like we already have an
Collins.
injury.
We've got an injury. I think he rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
Well, ladies
we're
and
going to take a
gentlemen,
break here. We're
From country to Christian, rock and roll to blues and soul, the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in the heart of downtown Clarksburg is your destination for spectacular live events and memory-making experiences. Visit therobinsongrand.com to find the next show you're coming to see.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and looks like we've got an injury here. James Barnett has come in to replace him. Pretty like-for-like change, speedy, small forward.
Yep.
That is a lot of space.
But hopefully, nice job by
Not a bad
Rosie
job by Rosie.
to
Fighting
there.
I like that on a defender. Great.
Oh,
and
but
there
that
we
was
are
a
with the
laser
goal.
by number 8.
Number 8. That is Aiden Anton, a sophomore.
And we're
From country to Christian, rock and roll to blues and soul, the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in the heart of downtown Clarksburg is your destination for spectacular live events and memory-making experiences. Visit therobinsongrand.com to find the next show you're coming to see.
And we're back as right there, Aiden Anton with a great strike from outside the 18 gives Charleston Catholic a 1-0 lead here early as they've been able to get some pressure here in RCB. Nice job by Caden to cut that off, but then it's going to get through, and Turner there, but good job by Chandler Walls to knock it away, to give up a throw, but at least slows down the momentum for Charleston Catholic. I'm glad. The one thing, Charleston Catholic's been very good on these counterattacks. It seems once they get the possession, they really just go. They just go with it the other way. Long throw here to the middle. Good job by Caden to win that one. Ball's coming back out, and they're going to let. They're saying that's off of Charleston Catholic. Obviously, the Charleston Catholic player thought it was going to be another throw-in. That's why he let it go out. But apparently, they said that was off of J. Allen Turner. Long ball there by RCB. James Barnett couldn't get on the end of it, but fortunately he was able to earn a. And by the way, Luke McCara has checked in for RCB. Number 8 there. He's now playing midfield. So good to see him get his first action of the season. Good job by Carson, the track back there. Gives it over to
that first goal
Chandler.
being, we're pretty short in. I mean, this Charleston Catholic squad changed gear when the goal went in.
Yeah.
They know, it's going to be, because we have to come out, at that point. Good defensive play
there by Jackson LeVake.
I was kind of surprised to not see LeVake start. That was another one that I thought he might get the right back spot. Because this Bird squad is still a talented group.
I say they're very deep. Like I said, I think they have 14, 15 sophomores, so it's obviously still a very young team. But at the same time, we have a lot of guys who have experience from last year to build off of. And have people, like Carson last year played a lot despite the fact that he was a freshman. And Jackson McCain had a lot of experience from last year. And, of course, it was nice the JV action. We were able to get a lot of good time for our freshmen last year with that. And that'll be good for the team this year as we're, from what I can gather, we're going to have a JV team again. So
and a pretty solid one too.
Pretty solid one. It's always good to, anytime you can do that, it just gets those kids that are the future a little extra reps because there's nothing like game experience to get that to learn.
Right, and the tough thing here is that this group is going to have to find a new identity.
Yeah.
This group knew with those seniors that graduated last year that Braden was going to score your goals.
Yeah.
Get the ball to him, put him in a place where he can use his speed and physicality.
Yeah.
And we don't have that same person.
Well, what he did was he was a one-man matchup nightmare for some teams because sometimes, a lot of times with the way he would get the goal was just the fact that he could beat 2 or 3 guys off the dribble and then score.
Yeah.
The key is can we find someone who can make those types of plays, work on that. And if you can't do that, then what you got to do is you got to obviously just work as a team and pass the ball and move around and to try to find those openings as well.
Right.
You can't win those individual battles, but that's obviously a lot tougher because it takes a lot more things going your way to score that way than it does if you just have one guy just just be able to beat a guy or two and just put it away.
Right.
Goal kick for RCB.
Well, and I'm kind
another substitution. One thing RCB is substituting a lot more, and this is Caden Layton, a freshman, so he's getting to play here in the first half. So
and it's James Barnett going out. That's a pretty quick yank. But
maybe his idea is that with Yahir injured, maybe because you got a lot of guys that have a lot of speed up there. Maybe Caden, and you've got Eli Knotts there as well. You got some guys with speed. Maybe just try to throw speed at them and just try to wear down that back line of Charleston Catholic. Sometimes the idea is that maybe you can stay with us in the first half, but if we keep running at you, if we keep our people fresh and you can't do that, then eventually we're gonna beat you to a ball or two, and that's where you get a goal.
Right now, something we'll bring back. We got a 3-referee night.
Yeah,
Clayton Brothers,
3-man crew. So that was because that ball hit Sean Clayton, who's the center ref there. So he's doing a drop from that point. That's a little different because it used to be that if it hit the ref, it hit the ref. They're part of the field. So sorry if that messed up your play, but that's just part of the game. I'll tell you, Caden, look at that hustle. That was good hustle. Didn't quite get to it, but and Luke Makara there, getting some playing time as well.
Yeah, it's good to see Luke get some time.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of guys, a lot of sophomores. I think we're gonna get a lot of playing time this year, and that's the good thing about soccer is all this is just getting ready for that postseason. So, and I'll tell you this team will be battle tested. If you look at their schedule, it is a monster. They got this game right here. When here comes Charleston Catholic. They're in the box. Nice job by Chandler Walls. And then also, it looks like he did, they're saying throw it. Good job by him to prevent a corner kick there by just knocking out for a throw-in. So.
Well, and that's a good spot to put it. At least at this level,
Now this guy was able
way
to throw it basically all the way to the center. So he's
little Rory DeLapp long throw, you know.
Yeah. So that's what they did last time. Looks like they're going to do it again. Here comes.
And a great save by Wyatt
Crislip. Yep.
Because Jay Allen Turner got up to that ball.
Yep. Yeah, he won that one, but fortunately, Wyatt Crislip was able to push that right over the bar there and prevent the goal. This will be a corner kick, but a great job by him. Great reaction. That's just a reaction save right there. You just got to, here comes another one in. Time.
That kid kicked that ball with ease.
Yep.
But not a lot of action.
And here comes Lau. They
have watched him tight.
Yeah, like I said, he was I'm trying to look here. What did he score last year? He had 15 goals last year, Lau did. So he's definitely a threat to score with it. So, that's something I'm sure Coach Min talked about. And,
right.
He's one of the guys he probably pointed out, like, hey, we can't let this guy loose. Now he's been more on the outside. But at the same time, I think the main thing is what they're trying to do. And once again, that time, Jay Allen was able to get to it, but fortunately they couldn't get enough power behind it, and Crislip gets the easy save. That seems to be what they're trying to do, is use him in the middle and his big body to just try to get the ball in there and just have him win.
Well, and that's what again you do with center forwards.
Yep.
Some center forwards they use their size to knock it down to the players around them.
Yeah. It's not too much unlike, basketball. I mean, if you have here comes a long.
That's a great one-touch.
Ken Corsini. Oh! As RCB gets its first kind of offensive look of the day. But
we need more of that.
Yeah.
And that seems to be kind of something that RCB is doing, trying to find these in-the-channel moves to different people. Mm-hmm. A couple, we talked about, like, it's interesting where Corsini's playing. It's interesting where Brad's playing. We got a lot of speed on the outside, and those balls over the top are
Good
really
job,
useful.
Crislip coming out and getting that one.
It's going to be tough. That's an interesting place to put for distribution, but
McCain comes back, and he's going to try to keeps it in. Here goes to Bradley. Couldn't quite, but fortunately gets to Luke. Luke over
Great
to
LeVay.
Gets to Ooh, there we go. He's playing on. He's saying he got the ball.
That was totally legal.
That was totally legal. It looked one way, but here comes a big substitution for RCB as
it's like we got Shifts coming back.
So Roselius is coming in. Looks like thankfully Yahir's coming back, so that's a good sign. Gabbert looks like he's coming in. Let's see, was Chase? I believe Chase.
That little interaction with McCain. I'm glad that Sean let that go with him and Ethan Baston.
Yeah.
I like a little physicality is all right.
Yep.
Too much physicality.
Well, he got the ball first. That's the key. If you get the ball first,
I would call that a crunching tackle.
Yep.
But he got the ball. He got the ball.
Yep.
You gotta be careful though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because if you
touch, I mean,
that's a card if he doesn't get the ball.
Now I would like to see a little question there about the defender holding McCain as he was past him. That's questionable to me. But
I always hate
Jackson. You got it.
Okay. Gabbert gets that back. See if they can take advantage of that error by Charleston Catholic. It's Carson. Nice push control.
Little step there. It blows my mind sometimes with Carson Bennett.
Yeah.
Soccer is not his primary sport.
Yep.
He is a basketball person first. But his understanding of how to create space for himself is really nice.
One of the things I was thinking when it came to replacing Braden, we talked about his ability to take people off the dribble. I mean, Carson's a guy who can be that type of player.
Right.
That he can maybe make a guy or two miss and really put some pressure on the defense, because that's usually where a lot of your goals come from. Is somebody makes a play, somebody gets out of position.
Oh, look at this! You got a
Yahir.
I hate to, but Yahir, good little work from Yahir.
Yeah. Oh, he's hustling out there.
He's doing exactly what his kind of like a center forward ought to be doing.
Yep.
And I don't care if he's not the tallest guy in the room.
Well,
he's doing the right thing. Well,
and here's the thing: we talk about the fact that we are definitely doing one thing. We are out substituting Charleston Catholic big time.
Yeah, Eli Knott's on the right here.
Eli Knott's is we just saw Eli for the first time, but we're out substituting him big time because we can. We have that depth.
Well, and here's the thing that's going to worry me so far. We are struggling to get out of our own half right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to work on possession.
Yeah.
We got to work on distribution.
Yep.
In Wyatt's defense, there's thank God.
But it was tipped off, and so it actually was
took
blocked.
A deflection. I think if you had a camera behind the goal, you would see that there was a deflection, and that's tough for a keeper.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the ball was way off there, but obviously the defender there needed to try to stop it because you don't want a guy taking a shot from, especially that's the guy who scored the first one with a rocket from that basically spot. You got to block that if you can.
Right. Well, he took one touch and put it right by Wyatt.
Here, as McCain tries to.
Oh.
That was.
Listen, Jackson McCain. Is Jackson McCain finding his physicality this season?
Yep.
Let's go, young man.
Yep.
Let's go.
As Eli's going to come off, and here comes Corsini back in.
I will tell you.
Or no, wait a second. Never mind. It's not. Eli's just moving, and it looks like it's McCain coming up. Okay.
Which I don't. Well,
McCain's played a lot this half. It's good to get him some rest.
Sure. But I would really like to see a front three of McCain, Corsini, and Yahir, because McCain is showing in his sophomore season some physicality that I didn't know. I didn't think he liked being physical last year. This year, that was some good defending on the left side.
Now, a little bit of a foul there, so here comes a dangerous kick opportunity as number 5, Angelo Cinco, who might have the best name for the number 5 in the state, took that kick.
I'm telling you, somebody said, that's your number.
Yeah, I would say, when your last name's Cinco, you had no choice. You had to be number 5. There's just no question. But anyways, as here comes as Bradley Burnett does a good job defending there. There's another throw in there off of Gabbert as RCB tries to come up the works there. And that was a nice thing, and that's something Yahir can learn around. Cinco just moved him by just using his eyes, and then he threw it to the guy he wanted to. Yeah. So he just kind of looked at the other guy. Yahir runs, and then he just throws it right behind him. So that's one of those things where you have to be with the more dangerous man and just stick with him and not let the other guy move you based on until that ball leaves his hand. You need to stay with that guy. Now, once it leaves your hand, then you can step up to that player.
Right.
But don't let him use your eyes just to move you. You gotta wait for the ball to come out. Same thing with passes and things like that.
I'll tell you something. Now I'm watching. We're talking about distribution. Hey, come on now, Eli not taking that ball.
Eli Knott's going to stay on the back there.
So far, I am really proud of Rosie because I'm watching a really mature performance so far. He's not cracking. He's in a place where there's some pressure if you don't get the ball away, but he's making good choices where he puts the ball and where he distributes the ball.
And
shout out to Rosie. Little
miscommunication with him with Eli Knotts. Him and Eli are just not quite on the same page there. That happens. Eli made a run in. He made a throw up the line. So that happens sometimes, and that's what first game of the season, you're going to see stuff like that. It's so with 17 minutes to go is
good work, Luke.
Charleston Catholic 1, RCB 0. Caden passes it back to Chandler. Chandler looking there, gets it over to Chase. Chase is going to get it over to Luke. Nice pass to Gabbert. Oh, and he gets a nice one-touch to Yahir. Couldn't quite get it to Corsini. Nice pass, though, by Chandler to Knotts. Knotts is going to try to put it through to Yahir as Cinco is going to try. It's going to shield, and then the keeper is going to come off the line and get that one.
How young is this keeper? Is he a freshman?
Let's see. Number 1, Patrick Kirby. He is a freshman, yes.
Because he does not look like he's in high school.
Yep. But I mean, look, when you're on a team, if you start as a freshman on a 2-time defending state champion, you must be good. Like that's not by accident.
No, not at all. What do you think about Wyatt, Chris?
Yep.
Now, I mean, that kid started as a freshman.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see where Wyatt goes this year.
As Cinco will have another one. A little bit further out, but at the same time, I expect him to try to get it here and around the penalty area, which is where exactly he went, trying once again to find Turner. Good job by Gabbert to track back to prevent that because that was going to be off RCB. Oh, good job by Chase there. Can he fight through it? Almost was able to win against 3 Irishmen, but couldn't quite get through it.
Well, and that's what I'm interested to see with Chase. He got the start. Last year when he would come in, he had really good vision.
Yep.
He had a nice touch, 50% of the time, and he had a good mid-range passing game. We need that. We need a lot of good distribution in the center.
It's just so I was just looking. Carson Bennett is at the middle there for substitution right now.
Wouldn't be surprised if he is in for Chase if he comes on, or I wonder if we'll see Coach Min try some things where they put people. I think we might even see Severio come in and keeper.
Yeah.
But in a game like this.
Well, like I said, this is the idea here is that, like I said, you've got this game today. The next 2, you're going on the road to Martinsburg and Washington on Friday and Saturday. So those are big AAA schools,
like George Washington. Is that
no, Washington, as in over Eastern Panhandle.
Oh.
So they're going to play Martinsburg Friday night, and then Saturday morning, because Washington, I believe, is in Jefferson County. So it's Berkeley County, then Jefferson County. But Washington won the state title in 2021 or something like that. So they're
a tough slate. Both schools are playing tough, because I think if you look at Charleston Catholic's slate, the next couple games is tough too. Absolutely,
both teams. He actually came on for Isaiah Gabbert. Carson came on for Gabbert, which is Gabbert's played a lot, so good to get him some rest. I think the hope is that with your depth, that hopefully against teams. Now here comes a couple for. Charleston Catholic coming off the bench, but against a lot of teams, they're not going to be able to compete with your depth. So the idea is that if you can keep it close, and then that last 20 minutes, when your guys are fresh and they're dragging, maybe that's when you can kind of pop a goal or 2 in there and get a tie or win the game. Last year, if you remember when we faced Grafton, that second half, be honest with you, Grafton kind of seemed to be controlling that game against us in the sectional championship last year. So the hope is, because there's a very good chance we might see Grafton there in that exact same spot again. And
I think if you remember correctly, Grafton was returning a lot of really good people, a lot of their depth.
Yep.
So this section is not going to be easy this year.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. Yeah.
Nice job by Caden there to cut off Lau, and here comes another substitution. It looks like, is that Gabbert coming back in?
Gabbert coming back. Listen, I'm here for Caden Min, no-nonsense defending. I am here for it. He made sure Lau knew he was there, and then just, all right, back to my spot.
Yep.
That's the Caden Min we need all day, every day.
As it looks like, I believe that is Cinco again with the throw, as he gets it outside to Aiden, who has the 1 goal on the game. Ooh, a little bit too far there. And
Wyatt got lucky.
Yeah, fortunately, there was no one on the backside.
Fortunately, there was nobody from the backside
for Charleston Catholic, so he's able to get back in there. Now, right now, the thing about Charleston Catholic is that J. Allen Turner is actually not in right now, so they don't have that big body. Not to say, like I said, they are a relatively tall team, but you just see him. He just kind of sticks out. Like you can.
But you know what?
He's just, like I said, he's like a head taller than a lot of kids you see out there.
Right, so. But this kid that they've got, look at where Lau is.
Yep.
Yep.
And number 2, Ethan Baston is and Cinco there, a little bit back there. Looks like he wins the header there.
The thing that is worrying.
Carson does a good job getting it out there. Now they got to push out there.
The thing that is worrying me, though, is that if the Charleston Catholic corner taker put the ball in the 6-yard frame, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
But he's going long every time, and I don't know why.
Like I said, first game of the season, and that's a hard thing to do. You got a lot of energy right there, maybe just a little bit too much. Now this is where RCB, they forced him back a little bit, so now you got to cut off the opportunities here and try to win it. got to be controlled.
You've got to press out. That's
Yep.
what you have to do. You
Yep.
have to press out because you've got to give – that back four is very athletic. We've
Yep.
got a really solid group, it looks
Yep.
like.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. Got it. And here comes another substitution as – let's see. Now, Gabbert was one of them, obviously, as Knotts comes off and Luke comes off, and that's 22. So Caden Layton is back in.
Yeah, well –
the freshman.
The thing that we are really going to struggle with is possession. We don't have a lot of ball retention here, and if we don't have ball retention, we're going to struggle.
Oh, absolutely. You got to find a way to control the ball. I mean, the fact is, it has been a lot more on the RCB side than the Charleston Catholic side of the field. And if you had to say what the possession was, I'd probably say at least 70-30 Charleston Catholic.
I would say it's 70-30, but we're not playing a low block on purpose.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like we definitely are just getting pushed back. And that's a good sight there from Anthony. One of the things Anthony does really well is carry the ball.
Yeah.
And
Anthony looks here. Good
he's
job finding
make
Chase.
A decision where he's going with that.
Chase, look.
That took a deflection. That's a corner.
Is that a deflection there? No, they're saying he didn't take a deflection, so they're calling it a goal kick.
Can't say it. We talked about commentary. We would love having a 3-ref game.
Yeah.
But I think that definitely took a deflection.
It did look a little bit weird coming off, but obviously from this angle, who knows. Nice job by Carson there to cut that one off. And Gabbert.
Our replay guy, David Oliverio, is telling me I am wrong, which happens. Sometimes I'm not correct. It's rare.
Jackson McCain.
We call that humility 2023.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Good job reading as Bradley Burnett gets.
We have with Carson and Isaiah Gabbert on the field, we have two guys who are really good in possession.
Yeah.
They have got to keep it.
Yep.
And sometimes that's frustrating about somebody like Carson. Carson is making it look good.
Yeah.
But he's got to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Because the more that they have to defend, depth doesn't matter.
Well, I think sometimes with Carson, the one thing, like I say, he's so talented and stuff, but sometimes like he beats a guy, then he kind of stays there for a second. Like he doesn't he doesn't
like
push.
The fichification of possession.
The idea is that once you beat that guy, he's not going to just stand there and be like, well, I'm beaten, I'm done. You got to keep going. You got to push forward, and you got to press your advantage.
Well, but that's exactly
so you either got to pass it quick or you got to just keep going.
But that's that is the thing that takes you to the next level in soccer.
Yeah.
You have to be thinking about the next move.
Yeah.
Make a guy miss, great.
Yeah.
You have to have already thought, well, if I make this guy miss, I know Jackson McCain is on the left side. I know Anthony's going to be in the top of the box, and I know Isaiah Gabbert's my outlet pass.
Yeah.
That swivel is what you have to have. Every elite Division I player has that swivel.
As here comes a throw in by Corsini. A little too high for Gabbert there, and it's going to roll out. As the good news for RCB is now we've had forced a couple of goal kicks, so at least now it's getting more on this side of the field.
They're doing a really nice job. It looks like Anthony has moved to center forward.
Yeah.
And the top of this press, I don't see you here.
No.
I don't know if I don't think he's getting taped up. I have to look. I'm trying to look on the bench.
And here comes the counterattack the other way. Oh, nice tackle there by Caden Min. That was a goal-saving tackle.
Caden Min is playing a grown man's game tonight.
Yep.
And I am here for it.
So.
Well, and
as that was beautifully executed, because obviously we got the ball first, so there's no foul at all.
It looks like Yahir sitting on the bench, but no, he's not getting taped up. He's not putting a boot on.
There's Caden winning another header again. As that's something he did a lot last year. He was really big on helping RCB win those air balls.
Caden's really good at winning duels and then starting possession forward. and that's a modern center back. I don't agree with that either.
I think it might. Here,
you ever seen that Danny Olmo, where Danny Olmo in the Bundesliga rolls the ball to the opposite edge of the line, and the other player picks it up like it's a free throw or a throw in? Keep pushing, Anthony. Now hit the ball. Anthony! You got better control than that.
I mean, it is hard off that bounce to keep that down. But at the same time, that was the right thing to do. When the keeper's out, you got to go for goal there.
But you gotta, that's going to happen again when you have a freshman as a keeper. He's going to make mistakes. You got to punish it.
Yep.
As a senior, you got to punish it.
Yep.
But that's okay. It's early season. Anthony's working his butt off.
Yep. As Charleston Catholic. Well, what I'd say is, though, in WSSAC, and we've had this discussion, it seems like on out of bounds, if any part of the ball goes over the line, they're calling it out. Yeah. I don't know why because it's only here, because it's not in other areas. The whole ball has to cross that line. But in every ref, every side judge has been calling it the same way. So that has to be coming from the top.
Thing?
Yeah, I mean it has to be coming from the top, because if some refs did it and some refs didn't, be like, well, then some refs. So obviously but it's like every single ref I've seen these last few years have all done it that way. So that has to be. And here comes is that LeVeque there?
Really smart, smart.
It's at the chase. It's up to Corsini.
Keep chasing and make him make a mistake. That somebody this year with that keeper is going to chase him down and score off of that.
Yeah.
If he's not careful.
Ooh, that was a nice move by number 8, Aiden Anton, who has that first goal. And here they come. Good job, Ethan Baston there with that shot. Ooh.
The Baston kid had a gear change. I mean, that was he.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't agree with that either.
I think he might have tripped him there. I mean, it wasn't a hard foul, but I think he did get a little bit
soft.
of the man.
Kobe Bryant to Dwight Howard, soft.
You could argue he probably did take a bit of a dive, but there was some contact that he could use. I think he went down.
Yeah, we're the pool, ladies and gentlemen. Soft.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not wrong, Steve. You're not wrong. What? Did he say it was too close?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. Carded him.
He carded him.
Then draw the line, ref.
So let's see. Well, actually, he was standing within 10 yards when it started. Then he moved in a little bit. But part of that was that Sean should have pushed him back. Yeah.
Sorry, but we are at the point where the spray should be on your hip. Draw the line.
Yeah.
That is top to bottom what you ought to do. Is he about to card and bin also? We don't need this explanation.
So with 2:48 left, we're having. But yeah, I mean, he did jump a little bit, but at the same time, that's why you have now the guy's moved up a little. A few yards. So Sean needs to move that guy back a few yards,
because he does, but I bet he doesn't.
We'll see. I'm not going
to.
It was at the 23-yard line. It's right there if you can see it. The ball should be at the 23 and it is now at the 19. I know we're using the football lines, but they're right there, so we might as well use them.
Well, but here's the thing that's frustrating with what we've seen from this number 2 kid.
Now he's even putting it closer.
Yeah, this is in a shot range.
I say, he went from a guy that was probably right outside his range. Let's see what he does.
You better step him back.
Yeah, because
oh, what?
Yeah. Well, the time was stopped already, right?
Right.
It was when I looked over there, it was 2:48 and it was stopped. Now it's 2:40. I guess maybe they restarted actually.
Okay, but I mean this is clearly like he's going to take a shot. He's lining up to shoot.
Yeah, he's lining up to shoot, and did they move it up because that's where it hit Chase? That's the only thing.
That's the only logical thing that I.
That's the only logical thing I could think, but that was not where he took the last one. The last one was at the 23.
This is going to be tough to get up and down, but he's coming for a shot. He's going to go to that upper.
Yeah, so this is Ethan Baston. We'll see what he does here though. Good job by Wyatt Crislip. Good save,
Wyatt Crislip.
Yep.
Yeah, you better apologize.
Yep. To be fair, Wyatt had to deal with he got kicked in the head and also had the studs up slide tackle against him last year.
Listen, Wyatt Crisp was tough.
He's tough.
He's tough.
So, compared to things, what happened there is nothing.
Sure. Well, we don't want to hope about that.
Yeah. As nice job by Rosie coming back there because
Caden took a chance to try to get the ball
and
Rosie read it the right way. Good job, Rosito.
Yeah. Well, with a guy with the pace and the strength and the skill that Charleston Catholic has, you have to stop them in as a group. It's got to be a group effort.
This takes an active press.
Yeah. So, as I like
good defending.
LeVake does a good job there and gets.
I think LeVake is making a case for himself tonight.
Yep.
He's had a couple good moments here.
Passes it back there to Caden.
That's too casual.
So about a little under a minute and a half to go. So very important time for both teams, obviously. A goal here for RCB
Quick take there from Charleston Catholic.
But, a goal by Charleston Catholic could really put some momentum. Long ball in, over the top. As can Bradley get to it? Not quite. Good job running it down, but Bradley will at least tax it away.
Made up for it.
So now we have less than a minute to go. And once again, they're going to go with that long throw in. Baston here. Going to get it over.
He almost throws it, predominantly with his right hand.
Yep.
I've seen it. It's still legal.
Wyatt tries to get up here to Corsini. Corsini tried to do a move there, but good job by the defender to read it.
Have you noticed that with Corsini at the top, the distribution has changed?
Yeah, it has a little bit.
I think he was going shorter when it was Yahir, when it was James. Now that it's Anthony, he's got a target. He's going right at Anthony every time.
Yeah,
which is smart. That's a good idea because Anthony's got decent control.
I'm going to look at LeVake there. I mean,
hustle.
And he's taken down from behind.
Can we get a little action in the pocket? Come on now.
I say because that was well after the play, but that will end the half with the score: Charleston Catholic 1, RCB nothing. I mean, pauses are they got that. Charleston Catholic got that early goal, but then RCB kind of settled down and played a pretty solid half. I mean, like I said, when you're facing arguably the team that's going to be the toughest one you're going to play all year, I think that really says. I think you can really look, but we're only halfway done. Long way to go. We're going to see what happens in the second half.
They've played a good game, so RCB's played a good game so far. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's half. We will be back. This is the Robert C. Byrd Streaming Network.
Yep.
From country to Christian, rock and roll to blues and soul, the Robinson Graham Performing Arts Center in the heart of downtown Clarksburg is your destination for spectacular live events and memory-making experiences. Visit therobinsongrand.com to find the next show you're coming to see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half. Let me tell you something. I'm pretty encouraged by the performance we've seen so far from RCB.
Absolutely.
I mean, not just from the starting 11. We've had a really good performance from the people on our subs on the bench.
Yep.
Against a tough team.
Yep. I mean, like I said, when you say this is the best team we play all year, it's definitely a possibility because, I mean, like I said, they've two-time defending state champs, haven't lost a game since September 14th, 2021. So this was but I mean, if you look at that, that's Coach Minn's scheduling philosophy. Like I said, we got this game, we got Martinsburg and Washington coming up. I believe we play Morgantown this year. So I mean, basically, if we're not playing a sectional game or we're not playing a Big Ten game, we're playing probably one of the better teams out there.
In the state.
Yeah, in the state. We didn't put any.
Again, with their interesting little startup.
Yep.
I like that. That's kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting. I
Silly,
like it.
But I like it.
Hey, if it gets the kids playing and gets the kids, if the kids like it, then that's great, And like I said, can't argue with it. It's been successful.
Heck yeah.
So,
listen, I'm glad that our first game back is this high level.
Yep.
I think these kids have been playing great. I'm really interested to see like
I said, I'm really interested in seeing the second half because, like I said, the reason that because the RCB with its greater depth, the one thing you want to look at to see is how's this the whole half, but really the last 20 minutes go because we're subbing a lot more than Charleston Catholic. So do we see maybe that last 20 minutes RCB really start asserting itself because maybe Charleston Catholic just can't keep up because they're going to start slowing down a little bit because we get tired.
Well, we can hope.
We can hope. And that's the one reason why I think it's nice for the players, and that's why we've seen such great effort. I think is Coach Minn's let them know, especially up front, because we've been kind of doing our up front by committee. It's not like one or two guys are up there. I mean, last year was basically Thomason. Now Thomason did come out for a blow every once in a while, and same thing with Unego, but for the most part, they were up front. I mean, I'd say they played 80 to 90% of the game up there.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, Caleb was your number 9.
Yeah, but this, I mean, now we've probably had, 6, 7 people, I think, or at least 5 that have played the 4 positions.
It's kind of like we were talking about earlier, and look where Carson is.
Yeah.
They are trying to find an identity of who is playing where.
Yeah.
And you got to. That's the early season.
Yep.
This, a result tonight, you don't want to lose.
Yep.
But a result tonight isn't going to keep you from the playoffs. It
Absolutely.
Isn't going to keep you from the sectional.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think that Coach Minn is playing these games because he understands that, you want to win, you want to tie, but, if you could take on a team in this game and here comes Charleston Catholic the other way.
It's a tough pass
there.
From, Eli Knotts.
As Lau will get it there.
But good defending, good group defending there.
Yeah, to slow him down.
Left.
And that will earn a throw in there. But what I'm saying is there are some teams out there that RCB could have played, probably won by 7, 8 goals, maybe even more. There's some teams out there. But with that, But what would that have they learned about themselves? What would that have accomplished?
Oh, yep.
There's the flag. Yeah, he was offsides. It happens.
Well,
you try to time your run well, and I mean, and that's the thing, especially this year when you're missing the offensive firepower. Sometimes you got to take those extra risks, and because if you can catch it, then you're off to the races, and you got a goal. And if you miss, I guess you could say, well, worst case scenario, it's now a kick, and you can get back on defense.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. But that was one by here, and here comes Lau the other way. He plays it in.
Great ball. That was a great ball across the face of goal.
But
nobody chased it.
Yep. But good job there getting it out there.
Nice job, Bradley.
I think that was Chase that eventually and Chase did a good job keeping his elbows in because it hit off his arm, but he kept his arms in to make sure that it was not called a handball because obviously if that was a handball, that would be a penalty kick for Charleston Catholic. So he did a good job of preventing that. Good job, Bradley, there.
Brad's playing really nice
Yeah,
right now.
gets it up to Chase. Chase tries to keep it up, but it's going to be kept.
And passing down the line like that is tough.
It is. I mean, there's no room for error there. And Chandler does a good job keeping Turner from turning into the middle.
Making a move towards the goal, face the goal.
Yep, so that was a good job by him. RCB gets a goal kick. Now, this is one that RCB needs. Well, I mean, they went short. As I would say, I didn't know if they'd go long, but they went long. They really need to win this here. Say, as White will come off there. Does a good job of. As nice punt there, and it looks like it's going to go to Corsini. Corsini, great touch there by Corsini. Gets over to Carson. Carson to Eli. Just a little bit too far. That was a good thought by Eli, but just a little too far behind Corsini. Oh, but good defense there by
Jackson LeVake.
Jackson LeVake looking really good today.
Just putting the shift in that press.
Yep. Oh, okay. Nice giveaway. McCain gets it. Can he hold on to it, though? To use the group defense there on Ethan Baston to allow Caden Min. And good job McCain here coming back. Gets it over to.
And the sophomores. The sophomores so far have been playing really well.
Yep.
Is that Owen Dodd on the left? Nope, that is not Owen Dodd. I thought for a second we got our Owen Dodd watch.
Yep. It's gets up there. Caden does a good job winning that there and gets it over to Chase. It's Carson.
He's on.
Oh, he's on side. That's what the
defending Chandler Walls. Okay.
Yep. Chandler
lucky but good
did a great job there of allowing allowing the offensive player to close the gap, because what a lot of times happens is defenders get too aggressive and that's how they get beat. He knew that the idea is to push the guy to the sideline, take away the center, so either he's taking a hard shot or in this case, you wait for him to make a mistake. He had a hard touch, and then you take it away from him.
Well, and that's risky there, because if you miss or if you take the guy out, you're one on.
But obviously, we're only speculating up here because we didn't see it as Cinco. I was about to call him Ocho Cinco for those old school Chad Johnson fans.
But Chad Johnson's playing Division II or Division III professional soccer right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's playing. I think he's playing in the USL, either USL 1 or USL 2.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the River Hounds, corporate soccer for life. But
here comes
a great
move.
And
off the crossbar. Fortunately for RCB. As that was a great move by Easton Baston. He's really been definitely he's got pace.
That's a tough out for Brad. Brad has been doing a good job.
And I would say the one thing that, while we've been substituting and in the midfield, our defense for the most.
Yeah. That's
any ejection.
Is 10%. That is intense.
So, that's 2 games. Good statement.
I'd hate to say, hey, there's what we need.
Quick.
It's a smart move to draw possession. Now, somebody has got to crash in the middle.
Yep.
Somebody has got to give you here an option here.
Yep. Now, someone needs to let good job by Carr there. Long shot off of Charleston Catholic. So, RCB, I believe this is the first corner of the day for RCB.
I believe so.
So, RCB draws its first corner. We'll see who takes this. Looks like it's going to be Chandler.
Interesting.
Because, last year, because Corsini used to take a lot of these before. So, but, at the same time, I know Chandler did as well. So, it's not.
Well, and it's interesting because Lau and Baston are both coming off.
Yep.
This is your opportunity.
Yep.
I know Charleston Catholic's going to be deep, but you got to put the ball in a dangerous place here in your Chandler Walls.
This is a big time. Got an opportunity. And he gets up there, and Min got it to it, but unfortunately, he couldn't quite put it on goal. But that was a good job. It's really well played ball in, though, by Chandler Walls. That's where you want it, kind of on that back post, around the 6 yards. There's a little too often. Yeah. But I think the one thing to work on is that, and like I said, but I think there's a lot of people who played well. As here comes. So they're going to take their time here. Yahir's going to come back in. I was just wondering. I thought maybe there's an official break, but I guess maybe something was going on. As can Chandler.
Got to hit pace with that kid.
Like I said, that's the thing is that, these guys are Charleston some great pace up there, and that's. But we'll see what he does here because it's you're close enough to go for it, but you got kind of a bad angle at it.
Right,
so
but you're going to see. So he's going to float it here into that.
Yeah, try to float it toward the end of the 6-yard box and see what happens there. As Christoph does a good job getting the ricochet. And he's going to punt it up, see if he can get it to Corsini. Corsini does a good job on that one, but good job by the defender there. And it's going to be...
Now, here's what I want to understand something. How is that level of complaint any different than anything Bird has done, complaint-wise?
What Jack Curry did there?
Yeah, that's just questions.
Yeah. I mean, look, I appreciate the fact that they didn't call that foul because I don't think that was – especially with all the stuff that's been happening this game. Oh, I see what the thing is. They have to tie the goalkeeper's shoes because, he's got gloves on, so it's a little hard to tie with gloves on. Especially those keeper gloves. They weren't made for
they're not.
Yep. So Chase Power, so hopefully that means he's okay. Obviously, that's one thing you don't want to see for either side is any type of injuries in a game like this because, like I said, this is about making your team better, so you definitely don't want to lose someone for a significant time.
Right.
Well,
and especially this early in the season, it's just tough.
Yeah. Like I said, especially, kids are, trying to get back into shape here. It's been a while since anyone's played an 80-minute game. Nice job by Rosie there winning that one.
Rosie's played a really good little contest.
Yep.
Now he's saying that.
Yeah, if you can get to that.
I'm trying. The mouse is being a punk.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard with the mouse can be a little hard to find. I understand.
There's a different, an interesting little display, but you hear was watching. That was tight.
Yep.
That was a tight call.
Yeah. And sometimes it looks a second later like it was really offsides, but, may have been onsides, or even it was just a lot closer than you thought because, the difference is the team steps up, but, it could be by a millimeter. Sometimes, though, I think with those reviews they do in, the World Cup on offsides, they're like, well, his eyelash was offsides, and it's like, right. Oh, come on.
Well, and that makes VAR, but at the same time also, the elite level, the pro level, Chandler.
That's going to be a throw-in for now. That being a throw-in, basically right there. If you're RCB, you need to step up and take away his options. He only can throw it so far. So if you win the ball here, you can go right back to it. But good job by. Oh, now there's a foul. I try not to say it, but he grabbed him from behind.
Oh well, and that's the thing. In some ways, I appreciate. It seems like the refs are letting a lot of physicality go. I played the replay there from that corner because I thought Caden got pushed in the back.
I think he did too. He might have. It was close. I couldn't tell. It might have been. It's hard to tell from this angle, but like I said, but that one I could tell from here that